everybody, if people can please take their seats, we're going to get started in just a moment. That is a great room. I'm very impressed. I think you all are very happy to have this panel here and this discussion today. My name is Ken Levinson. I'm the Executive Director of WIDA. We have been working on putting this panel together since July. We were looking at dates for the past 2 months. We couldn't get everybody's travel schedules together until the week that TPP closed. So we are delighted with our own timing. So patting ourselves on the back. I am so pleased to have this panel. This has been, like I said, we've been working on this for almost 3 months to get this panel together. Robert Moran from the Brunswick Group, Bruce Stokes from Pew, Simon Rosenberg from NDN, and Sean Spicer from the RNC. And Doug Palmer, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. A couple of quick commercials about WIDA. As you know, we are the largest trade forum in Washington, D.C. We are looking to expand to a global audience, which is why we have the camera here. We're going to be pushing out some of our content globally. We have a new website that launched this year called americastradepolicy.com, and we want to invite everyone in this room to write for it. In fact, one of the people who's written for it, Ambassador Clayton Yiter, is here. We're delighted to have you here, sir. Thank you for coming. Special thanks to our partners with the Ronald Reagan Building International Trade Center, Andrew Gelfuso. They are a great partner of WIDA. We couldn't do a lot of our events the way we do them without the partnership of the Reagan Building, and including, of course, our annual dinner, which not public yet, but it will be on July 14th, on Bastille Day next year. We had to do it then because the political conventions all moved to July. And so we usually do our annual event the last 2 weeks of July, but we had to move it up this year so we could accommodate the political conventions. Thank you guys for making sure that everybody can come to our event. So with that, I'm going to turn it over. We have one last thing. We're going to be doing a kind of fun little event in a couple of weeks with the author Ray Locker, who writes for USA Today. He's recently written a book called Nixon's Gamble, which talks about the moves to open China and Vietnam, ending the war in Vietnam. Should be a really interesting talk. We'll do that as a small roundtable conversation, so you'll be seeing information about that coming soon. And with that, I'll turn it over to Doug.
Good morning, and thanks to everyone for coming. We have to commend Ken and Diego for their exquisite timing. Just a couple of days after the conclusion of the TPP, we're here to talk about the real politics of trade, and I think that we can all, expect an interesting next 6 months, or 9 months, or 18 months, however long it turns out to be. This morning we have 4 knowledgeable speakers each are going to share their own view on the subject. And we'll start this morning with Robert Moran, who's a partner in the Washington, D.C. office of Brunswick, where he leads the company's global opinion and research function. He's going to give us the results of a poll that they did initially over the summer, but I understand has just updated last night to sort of reflect the latest developments. They explored the views of 300 Republicans and Democrats who live here in the Washington area on their views towards trade in general and certain trade agreements in particular, including the Trans-Pacific Partnership. I haven't met Robert before today, but I did watch one of his presentations called The Futures of Marketing. That's futures with an S. So maybe he can help us explore the futures of trade policy here today, because I'm sure that there are multiple futures depending on how things work out. And then after that, we'll hear from Bruce Stokes, who is Director of Global Economics at Pew Research Center and also a non-resident fellow at the German Marshall Fund. I do know Bruce from way back when he covered international economics at the National Journal, and we would see each other at events like this and other places around town. And he was always one of those reporters that seemed to know more about what was really going on than the people he covered. So I've always had a lot of respect for Bruce, and he's going to give us the results of Pew's latest polling on trade. Then we'll get reaction from our Democratic and Republican guests. First, we'll turn to Simon Rosenberg, who is president and founder of NDN, which I believe stands for New Democrat Network. and which is a leading center-left think tank. He's a veteran of 2 presidential campaigns, including the 1992 Clinton War Room, and I'm meeting Simon today for the first time as well, but I think we've all seen him on TV, commenting on everything from healthcare reform to Supreme Court rulings, and occasionally battling it out with Megyn Kelly. And then finally we'll get reaction from Sean Spicer, who is currently Communications Director and Chief Strategist at the RNC. I still remember him best when he was Easter Bunny during the last year of the Bush administration. I got to know Sean when he was the lead spokesman for U.S. Trade Representative Susan Schwab during the time the Bush administration finished the free trade agreements with Colombia, Peru, South Korea, and Panama, and was trying to get them through Congress. So Sean has had an up-close view of the real politics of trade, and I look forward to hearing his views now that he's further removed from the day-to-day battles. So why don't we just jump into it and with Robert's presentation.
Thank you.